So today's station church is Santa Prassede, and it's a church a lot of people miss because they don't know it's here. But if you look right behind me, that is St. Mary Major. Everybody goes to St. Mary Major. And Santa Prassede is just down this little street directly in front of St. Mary Major. But it doesn't look like a church from the outside. You can see it's just this. So that's one of the reasons a lot of people miss it. But we're going to take you inside today and show you some amazing stuff.
Hey
guys! Today we are at one of my favorite churches.
Santa Prassede.
And that is?
Santa Prassede is the sister church to Santa Prassede, which we saw earlier.
Yeah, located right down the street. So they were the sisters, the daughters of Senator Prudence. So we talked about that when we visited Santa Prassede. So the sisters, remember, they collected the blood of the martyrs, the bones of the martyrs. And an interesting thing about this church is all those martyrs were buried in the catacombs, but Pope Paschal in the 800s wanted to move those bodies into Rome because people kept raiding the catacombs and desecrating the tombs. And so when he built this church over the home of Santa Prassede, he brought nearly 3,000 martyrs here and buried them in the crypt. So this church is built over the tomb of 3,000 martyrs. Pretty amazing. What's the other cool thing in here, Lily?
They have the pillar that Jesus was scourged.
Yeah, the scourging pillar, brought here from Jerusalem by a cardinal, and it's been in this church since the 1200s. There's some amazing mosaics, and we're going to go in. I'll explain everything once we're inside because there's some important details I don't want you to miss. Ready, guys?
Alright.
Let's go.
Yep. Bye.
Door locked.
This church is famous for the mosaics. These were put in the 9th century by Pope Paschal when he built the church. You'll see him pictured here on the left. He has the blue box or nimbus on his head. That indicates he was alive when the project was complete, and we know he built the church because he's holding it in his hands. This church has 3 significant relics from the life of Christ. One we're going to see in a minute. The other 2 are kept in these reliquary chapels behind these golden doors and the balconies. One relic they have is part of the seamless garment, and another is part of the crown of thorns. When Pope Paschal built this church, he wanted it to be a place to house the martyrs from the catacombs. Here we see a list of all the martyrs brought over, nearly 3,000 people buried in this church. The sisters who lived here also collected the blood of the martyrs, and they would place it in a dry well in their home. This disc on the floor is right over the spot where they would put the blood. The paintings here depict the Passion of Christ. This one shows the scourging at the pillar. Notice how he's laying down, and the pillar is quite small. The Romans knew what they were doing with torture, and they wanted a pillar that was small enough that the person couldn't hide behind it as he was being beaten. This is that pillar, the column of the scourging. As we get close, notice there's scarring on the marble, so you can imagine what the beatings would have done to human flesh.